always enjoy people that got involved in the film industry and, hearing about their story, which I'll ask you, how did you get involved in filmmaking?
So I started with film when I was like a teenager. I'm originally from Cuba. I'm born and raised in Cuba, and over there it's really hard for people to get into film and to work in the arts and all that because the economical situation is really tough. But I was always interested in computers and video games, and that's how I got into working with cameras and editing. So when I was a teenager, I started doing little shorts and things with my friends, and it kind of snowballed, and I started doing bigger and bigger and bigger projects. And then
Right.
by the time I was like 18, I was doing like large music videos and making different projects, and that's how I was able to get out of Cuba. I went to a film festival in France, and then I went to a film festival in Canada, and that's how I ended up coming to the US and got a scholarship to go to film school. So film has been always like my biggest passion and something that I love like with all my heart. And I just started putting in the work and learning and meeting new people. And now I'm in LA. I have a feature film that just came out recently, and I'm still pursuing the same dream that we all have of like making movies and making it big in the entertainment industry. But it all
Of course.
started with me loving movies and loving movies like to everything I could put in. I would put it into my work,
Right.
and that passion kind of grew in working with different people and learning, and that's how things kind of got bigger from there.
Yeah, that's great. A great story to hear, and I can relate to that a lot. That passion, that drive for filmmaking and being involved in the industry, expressing and telling your stories. Just looking at your page, you can already immediately tell that you're a very creative individual, and every shot is curated to express the right vision and convey the emotions you're going through at that time in your life. So you're in Los Angeles now,
Thanks.
and is this what made you? How did you end up in Los Angeles? Is this because of filmmaking, or was there an opportunity that you saw?
Yeah, it's 100% because of my career and wanting to be in Hollywood and in the movies. For me, growing up in Cuba, it was always like the dream to come to America and to try to pursue like a career in film. But it
Right.
also seemed like something that wasn't going to happen. Like I
Hmm.
was so poor. We had no equipment. We had nothing, and uh, things happened in a certain way that I was able to travel to different countries to go to all these different film festivals. And then you start seeing that, well, maybe this is actually something that I can do, like something that I can do as a career. And once you start doing some bigger projects and you start getting paid and you
Of
start
course.
making money, then you realize, okay, this is something that I love, but it's also something that is practical and that I can actually feed my family and like make a career out of it. So once I saw that, I was really young. I was like probably in my early 20s when I started making money with my projects. And I remember I made the first video ever that I made in the US was a music video for Kia. And they had this competition online and everyone had to submit, and it was like over 300 submissions, and we ended up winning the competition with my video, and like they gave me a brand new Kia, and it was like
Wow,
in the
that's amazing.
newspaper. Yeah, it
Yeah, the
was like,
congratulations. Yeah, that's insane.
thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks. And that was incredible. And that for me was like, I can actually do this. Like I'm not crazy. I
of
can
course. Yeah,
I
that
can pursue
recognition.
this.
Yeah,
Yes. So having that in, I think also the experience of leaving my country, which for people who don't know, Cuba is a communist country, so it's really hard to leave. And for me being able to leave thanks to working on film projects, after that I was like, anything can happen, like anything is possible. Like if I was able to leave my country to go make movies in the US, then I'm going to be crazy enough to go to LA. I'm going to pursue this full time. I'm going to give it a shot,
of
because
course.
what else am I going to do? Like if I did any other thing, I would always be thinking about how can I make movies. So this career has highs and lows, and you have good times and bad times, but at the end of the day, this is what we love doing, so we have to go all in on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad that, that's something that again, I can relate to as well is that drive. It's that itch to be creative. And the fact that I commend you, the fact that you kind of dedicated your whole life to this passion, right? A lot of people, even coming from your background, how you're explaining that you were poor and you came from a country, a communist country, that was very difficult to pursue a dream like that. I hear so many people in the industry or living in Canada or even in the US that are making excuses or maybe finding it difficult to pursue their own passion. But hearing your story, it just makes me realize, how grateful I am and how grateful I should be in pursuing film, because people like yourself start off in a different way, right? We can't
Mhm.
control where we come from, but we can control where we're headed.